Yes, I'm working today on omenala na ọdịnala, tradition and culture. Kenneth Bucci, good evening. So that's what I'll be working on today. Omenala and ọdịnala, tradition and spirituality. So many people do not understand the difference between these two. We have our traditions and our culture, and we have our spirituality. We have ọdịnala. Now, it is okay to call tradition. What is tradition? What is culture? What is spirituality? What is religion? Now, these are questions that begs to be answered. If I Ajuju, we are supposed to ask ourselves. Every right-thinking person is supposed to ask themselves. Because a whole lot of us are misstepping our bounds because we cannot differentiate between tradition and culture and spirituality. They are not the same. Yes, your spirituality can become your tradition or your culture, but your culture and tradition can never be spirituality, especially when it affects the balance. So, a na-ekwu okwu tradition. If we are talking about tradition, that is omenala. If you are talking about omenala, if you are talking about tradition, we are talking about rules made by man. We are talking about things put up by man. We are talking about civilizations, ways of doing things that was decided by a man, not by nature. Let me give you, for instance, the dates we are going to do election, we already know. We fix these things by ourselves because this is our tradition. It has become our culture that we do election. It is decided by man. But we don't decide when it's going to rain. If the weather says, if nature says it's going to rain today, it's going to rain, you cannot stop it. You can only the only thing you possibly do is to call a rainmaker to help you. Maybe beg for the rain to give way, but it will definitely come another day and you cannot stop it. We don't decide. We don't have the power to decide, okay, there will be no rainy season this year. There will be no dry season this year. There will be no winter this year. There will be no summer this year. You don't get to decide that. Because you do not have such control. You don't control nature. You don't control spirituality. When the time comes, everything has its time. And when the time comes, you succumb, you obey. That is the way it is. So what am I trying to say? Omenala or the bend, this is what people decide they want to be doing. And everybody is not subject to it. What's this? Everybody is not subject to it. It's not something you force down people's throats, especially if it does not please their chi. Now, why am I discussing spirituality and tradition, omenala and ọdịnala? Why am I discussing it? Because people mix it up. Many a times people come to me and they tell me, the way you do things is not the way I see other people doing things. Why should I do things like other people? But I keep saying is that I'm not ezewanyi omenala. I keep saying it. I do things my own way. I do things the way nature wants me to do them. I do things the way the spirit, nature. I do not go against nature. I do not just do things because someone is telling me it is my tradition and culture. Tradition can be evil. Culture can be evil. But you can never go wrong with spirituality. You just have to choose your side. Even in spirituality, there is good and evil. But you get to choose on which side you want to walk on. Now, some people choose the wrong side of things and they want to put it on everyone else. Some choose the right side too. In spirituality, you let people make their own choices. In omenala, you force all your choices down on everyone else, which is wrong. There was a time, the omenala was to kill twins. There was a time it was like that, which is why so many people, when you're telling them about spirituality, when you're telling them about African spirituality, the first thing they tell you is that our ancestors killed twins. They tell you that our traditions and culture are evil. But this was not originally our tradition and culture. That is why the Igbo ancestors have this saying that's now, if for good evening, Preshi. If when you do evil, when evil goes on for so long, it becomes a tradition. If evil goes on for long, it becomes a tradition. If I decide today, you know, there's a saying that says, when you raise a man, you raise a single person. But when you raise a woman, you raise a nation. So me as a woman now, and I'll give birth to maybe about 7 sons. Let's just say 7 sons. And what I'm teaching them is that stealing is good. When you go out there, steal. Anybody that stands in your way, kill. That is what I'm teaching them. That is the way we live. That is the way we do things. And I taught my 7 sons. Tomorrow they are going to get married and they are going to tell their children. Or maybe 7 women. Tomorrow they are going to have children and they will tell their children, stealing is our tradition and our culture. And tomorrow someone comes out to tell them, stop doing this, it is bad. They will tell the person, no, our ancestors did it. It is correct, that is the way they lived. They will never believe that stealing is evil. Because this is what, good evening, blessed Abby. Because this is what have been engraved in their hearts over time. In their spirit, in their body, in their soul. That you should steal. It is okay to steal. That it is not bad. This is just the way it is. It starts with 1 person. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. And as people continue reproducing, more and more people. That is how we also got generation of idiots. Today we have so many Yahoo boys. Tomorrow your children will tell you our ancestors did it. It is our tradition and our culture. Because why? Yes, they had ancestors, but also you need to understand that ancestors and forefathers are not the same. Maybe that would be a teaching for another day. Ancestors and forefathers are not the same. You need to know that all ancestors are forefathers, but not all forefathers are ancestors. All ancestors are forefathers, but not all forefathers are ancestors. Let us sink in. All ndị ichie are nna nna and nne nne, but not all nna nna are ndị ichie. That is the truth. You cannot change it. It takes an ascended one to become an ancestor, not just anybody. Forefathers are the one reincarnating because most of them made mistakes and they need to correct 1 or 2 things. If any ancestor is reincarnating, it's because they want to help. It's not because they owe you anything or because they have a camp. No, it's because they are coming. They are volunteers. They want to help. So we need to understand the thin line between tradition and culture. I come to my village and they tell me in my village that in my village we do not eat. We do not eat. Let's say we do not eat snails, and I ask why. Okay, there could be a valid reason, but maybe someone else tell me don't eat snails. It is against spirituality. I say why? Maybe this is just personal to you. It's not maybe you eat it and it does something to you and you decide it's going to do something to me. No, it won't. I can eat it and be fine. The next person can eat it and be fine. And it's all good. And nothing is happening to them. Because spirituality is a personal journey. Spirituality is not like religion. There is no pattern. It's a very big ocean. Nobody has seen the depths. Nobody knows the width. It's so deep that no one has seen the depths. It's so wide, no one knows the wideness. It's so high, nobody knows the height. We just touch different aspects that we have access to. I don't know why this phone keeps losing network. But know one thing today, that tradition and spirituality, they are not the same. Spirituality is personal, is in you. Have you ever asked yourself, what if you were born in a place free of religion? There is absence of religion. Who would you be? What would you be? Well done, Anambra State. Who would you be? I'm not saying that all tradition and culture are evil, but there's a reason I hate to associate myself with it. Because it can be fanatical. It can be fanatical. We have silly traditions and culture that still holds till today. When you come to Igbo land, they tell you a woman should not break kola. Who is telling you? Who is teaching you that? That is not true. A woman can break kola. I'm telling you today. A woman can break kola. A woman cannot break kola. It's tradition. No doubt. A woman can break kola. It's spirituality. You have a right to it. A woman cannot call on her ancestors and break kola for them. That is your tradition. A woman can call on her ancestors and break kola for them. That is spirituality. Ancestor nobody, they don't do I'm saying that this person go to call ancestor, not only this person get access. They are our ancestor. It's like telling me that because I'm a woman, I don't have access to my father or to my mother. It's only the men that have access. It's not true. These are our forebears, our predecessors. So why wouldn't I have access to my fathers and my mothers? Just because I have a vagina and you feel like I won't have access to them. You feel like you have an advantage over a woman because you have a penis. Who does that? A woman should not do this. A woman should not do that. A woman that's supposed to pee cannot do this. When a woman squats, pee you. A woman actually squats to bring you out. You hear so many funny things from people that practice tradition and culture. They come up with funny doctrines. That when a man gives a woman a head, he gets negative energy in his mouth. He becomes unclean. When a woman licks a woman's vagina, he becomes unclean. Hello, newsflash. You licked your mother's vagina before you came out. Yes, you licked it. You had a test of it. That was, in fact, the first thing you tested before you entered this world. You licked the walls, not just the outside, before you came out. So why is it suddenly bad? A woman's period is an abomination. It's unclean. A woman's period that failed formed you. It is that blood that formed you. With your father's sperm. That blood formed you. So that means also know that you are an abomination on earth. If you feel, if you still have that mindset that a woman's menstrual period is an abomination, then you as a human being, be you male or female, you are an abomination on earth. You need to understand that and let that sink in. Tradition and culture destroys you, especially when it's based on selfish interests. Selfish things. You tell a woman not to venerate earth. You trample and walk all over a woman in the name of tradition and culture. But you turn around to venerate the earth, which is a woman, and you expect her to listen to you. She won't listen to you. Because her representation, her physical manifestation, her human manifestation, you walk all over her. So how would Mother Earth listen to you? How would she even come to your aid when you call her ordinary? When you talk about God, God is a woman. Your Holy Bible, your holy books tell you that a woman was created out of the rib of a man. That is not true. A man came out from a woman's vagina. The first woman is asexual. She was able to reproduce both male and female. Male and female, he created them. That was the first woman. Male and female, he made them. And we all have that spirit in us. As I'm here, I'm a woman. That's what you see. But I also have my male manifestation. As you are there, you're a man, you also have your female manifestation. We are androgynous. During the beginning, we were all humans. Before gender divided us. Culture and tradition divided us. Race, colors divided us. Religion finished us up. Everything that was done was to relegate the woman to the background. Why? What are they scared of? What are they afraid of? It was matriarchy before. And matriarchy can never go wrong. Now, I'm not preaching matriarchy to you, but it's only matriarchy that can maintain balance. Because a mother nurtures and takes care of everything. No matter what you did to a woman, how you maltreat a woman, she can never maltreat her son. A mother nurtures everything. That's what a mother does. She nurtures. A man picks sides. That is what they do. A man picks side. That is the way he's made, to pick a side. That is why most women, they are weakened by their nature. That is why they take all manner of rubbish because of their nature. That is why Osinachi died in her marriage, because she wants to be a nurturer, even when she sees that her life is under threat. This side weakens so many women, and they stay in stupid relationships in the name of marriage. A nurturer, a caregiver. Now, if Africans, our rightful place, we, the keepers of this place, will never be restored. Will never be restored until the place of a woman, the African woman and the child, is restored. Because we even abuse children. It's not just women. We abuse children. When I tell people, the only reason you hit your children is because you feel like you're stronger than them. You only attack someone you know. That is why you hit your children. Otherwise, your boss in your office, that boss, do you attack your boss? You don't. You don't attack your boss because you know fit win that fight. You only attack weak people. People you feel like, yes, you can deal with this person. That is the kind of people you attack. A policeman is on the road to annoy you. You don't fight back because you know he might just shoot you. But you're quick to beat your wife at home because you know you can finish her off. You only attack weak people. So the only reason you hit children when they go wrong, and you expect people to talk to you when you go wrong and not hit you, you hit children because you feel you're stronger than them. You're more physically built than they are. That is why you hit children. Why can't you talk to them? Why are you hitting them? They are not animals. They hear your language. A child is a clean slate. If a child is going to go wrong, that child will go wrong. It's not about the rod. If a child is going to go wrong, no matter what you do, if you continue hitting the child, that child will still go wrong. I'll use myself as an example. Growing up, I was a very, very rebellious child because I lived in a place I do not like. Because of the way she shouts at me, maltreats me, but the only thing my people see about it is that they say, once you're giving a child food, whatever you do does not matter. That the only thing they see as maltreatment is when you don't give a child food. They don't see the emotional torture. They don't see the physical abuse. They don't see it. And the food, I wasn't eating. That was how I developed ulcer. I wasn't eating because my problem wasn't food. My problem was love. That was what I needed as a child. Love. But I always get hit. I always get hit. Do you know what happened? You finish hitting me, the next minute, that thing you hit me about, I'm doing it again. On a higher level. And I'm this child that when you're hitting me, I don't run. Usually when you want to hit a child, I start running. I don't run. I'll stay there looking at you. You'll be hitting me. When you're tired, you will leave me alone. And that thing went in my mind. If I met the Anobi, I will still do it. If I met the Anobi, meaning what a madman wants to do, they in mind. I was a mad child. Like I was triggered. The rebellious spirit in me, the Aquarius spirit in me. I went so far. I went so far. So if you are hitting me, you are wasting your time. You will see the marks all over my body. My back. You see the marks on my body. But I'll still do that thing when you take it to me. That's reason that you used to hit me. I will do it over and over again, and I'll wait for you to hit me. So, Cain did not save me. I trained myself by myself. I decided who I want to be. I chose who I want to be. Very stubborn child. Extremely stubborn. You're hitting me, you're wasting your time. Because when you finish that exact reason, I will do it again and again and again.
Why did you invite me as a guest speaker?
I'll do it again and again. Okay. So, hitting a child is never going to save that child. Do you know what pains? After hitting me, do you know I cry? But I do not cry because you hit me. I cry because of the words you used on me. That is what hurts me, words. But over time, words no dey hurt me again. Don't do it. As far as you don't mean anything to me, anything you are saying is on you. I will not even respond. I will not answer you. So, tradition and culture. How does it help you? How? How does tradition and culture help you evolve? They tell you that the way you make your chi to be active is that you will go and you will not throw your chi, you will bring down your chi, you will do this thing. Okay, fine and beautiful. Do it. It's your tradition and your culture. But don't say that is how everyone else has to do it. Chi is the light within you, the fire, your energy, your essence. That is what chi is. Chi came here with a purpose. So the only way you feed your chi is living your purpose. If you like, kill 30 goats, kill 100 goats, kill 100 rams, kill 100 fowls. If you're not living your purpose, you're not feeding your chi. That is the truth. You're not feeding your chi. If you're not living your purpose, you're wasting your time. If you like, do 1 million sacrifice, you're wasting your time. The work is on you. Because everything you're looking for is within you. If any na-achọ dị gị n'ime, all you seek, all you will ever be, all you would be is inside of you. Find your purpose. We all have a purpose. If you do not have a purpose on earth, then you are a problem to the world. If you live on this earth and you don't have a purpose, you don't have a problem that you solve, then you are a problem to the world. Know that. Maybe I was possessed as a little child. Yes, I was possessed. And right now I'm still possessed. I'm still possessed. We are all possessed. Because this is a vessel and something is possessing it. And that is what is speaking through me. So I've always been possessed. Can you even own your truth about being possessed? No. Because religion and tradition has made you believe that being possessed means that is an evil spirit inside of you. No. It's not an evil spirit inside of you. That is the real you. If you want to excel, respect a woman. I'm not talking about a woman that does not have sense. A woman who knows herself and knows her values. Who knows who she is. Who is a goddess. Disrespecting a woman and talking down on her representation has never gotten you anywhere. You come to your tradition and culture, you talk down on women and you go to the water and you want the waters to listen to you. How? How can they listen to you when you talk them down? It's just like you talk me down and you come to me to do you a favor. I won't. They look at you. I won't. I will not. Until you change your ways. Until it is proven. You're welcome, Ken Danielo. Until you change your ways. It is our tradition and culture. It is our tradition and culture. Our forefathers did it. Our forefathers did it. You are your forefathers. You came back here. If you read so well, why are you back? Why are you back here? If your forefathers lived so well, if they did so well, why are you here? I was a great Libya in my former life. Why are you back here? Did you do your Grace Libya work so well? Or did you deviate tradition and culture and lost your values? When I tell you the real tradition and culture, you'll be shocked. Because so many people screaming tradition and culture, the real tradition and culture, ọdịnala. Omenala, this is something that is done on earth. Something that people decide they want to do. Ọdịnala, this is something that is inside, embedded by nature. A principle, a structure. A give and take, not something that goes against nature. Nature is about balance. Anna, Elu, the earth and the sky. The earth is female, the sky is a man. And you've never seen the sky coming out to say, I control the earth must obey me. You've never seen that. And you've never seen the earth come out to say, I control the sky must obey me. They are balanced, respecting each other and still protecting us. The earth is there to support us, feed us, supply us with all our needs. And the sky is there to shower us with rain, protect us from radiation. And nobody is struggling for superiority. Nobody is doing that. They are performing their individual functions while respecting each other. But why is it always you? You must respect me, I'm a man. You feel like you have an edge all because of a penis. How much is penis? Nobody is superior to anyone. We are all special. We are unique. Meant to function, meant to complement each other and not to struggle for power. Because what started all this rubbish is the quest for power, the quest for control. That is what brought about tradition and culture. So do not mistake tradition and culture for spirituality. There's a thin line between them. A very thin line between them. That is why I would always tell you, I'm not your S and Y for tradition and culture. Because so many things your tradition and culture ask you to do, I might not be able to do them. Yes, there are good tradition and culture and I adhere to it. But you see the bad ones, like when you tell me a woman is not so, I will break it in your presence. No chop, no chopper. If I give you no chop. Why do you think they fear women in their period? All those tradition and culture. Because some of them are going mad. Because they pick foreign spirits that they do not even know what it entails. Just for the quest for power. That is how the killing of twins started, and it became a tradition and culture then. Because some group of people in a quest for power picked foreign spirits they do not know. And the spirits were demanding twins from them. How do you do this thing? Of course, you tell them tradition and culture. That the God said we should start killing twins. And they started killing twins. That is how it flew. That is how the killing of twins started. There is no gods or goddess of Igbo land that request that we should kill twins. No this and no peace. There is no African deity, pure deity of high rank that requests for you to kill twins, for you to sacrifice human beings, for you to bury kings with human beings. There is no African deity. It's something they put up and import. Deals they make with low-level demons, low-level spirits beyond you. These are deals that they make, and they call it tradition and culture. What a beautiful way to present it. Tradition and culture. Tradition and culture. That is why I hate tradition and culture. Because it does not, it's a kind of twins to religion. Tradition and culture and religion, they are triplets. I love culture in a way, but tradition, no. Culture is dynamic, but they don't want their tradition to be dynamic. That is how the killing of this tradition and culture, that is how we start killing twins. Because a group of people will come out to tell you that killing of twins, it is the deities that want us to. It is not true. It is the spirits, the evil spirits they brought together. They put together and sacrificing blood to them that asked them to kill twins because they needed more blood. And they needed human blood. And they know that twins, most twins are from the water. Ejima Osimiri. And they know they have the power to stop certain things. That was the attack. So no deity asked them to kill twins. They did it on their own. Humans make mistakes. I make mistakes. You can make mistakes too. And that is the truth. So what is tradition and culture? Of course, there are good tradition and culture. There are good ones. But I'm talking about the bad ones. And you yourself, deep down, inside your heart, you know the good ones and you know the bad ones. I'm not here to tell you the things that you like. I'm here to annoy you. I'm here to trigger you. I'm here to make you hate me because I'm not here for you to like me. I'm not talking so you will like me. In fact, I prefer it when you hate me. Because I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to say the truth. And I don't expect it to be easy. I expect attacks too. So I'm not surprised when it comes. What have you done with tradition and culture? During the time of spirituality, we did so many things. Have you thought about Igbo culture? Arts. Igbo arts. The bronze heads. The Nok culture. The Benin arts. Have you thought about them? These things were not born out of tradition and culture. They were born out of spirituality. They were bettered through spirituality, not out of tradition and culture. Because it is the spirits that reveal these technologies. Look at the tire. The tire you are using today, what does it look like? This artwork from Igbo. It looks like a tire. They use it to put pots. They place pots on it. It was a pot stand. Our ancestors had technology. Today, it doesn't go beyond Yechigiri. You kill this one, feed this one. Nobody is doing anything new. How are you improving our herbs to heal people? Holistic healing. How are you doing that? No. What is new? Where are the Dibian Kanozo? Where are the DBS of technology? Where are they? Because we'll be needing them soon. Because something big is coming. Something that will sweep the surface of the earth. And we will need that technology to be saved. But no, they are busy. Nothing new is coming. All they know is to sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. All that is all they know. They are not vibrating at a frequency where they can see this technology and bring it down to us. They are not doing that. No. It's about tradition and culture. We are a disgrace to our ancestors. We are a disgrace. Shame on us. Shame on you. Shame on me. We are a disgrace. What do we do? What are we doing? Can we find them? Eh? What are we doing? Nobody wants to do the work. The next person you think they're coming back to ọdịnala, all they have in their mind is, I want to have money. I'm not saying money is not good. Yes, money is good. We need it to survive in this place. But at least the primary thing, money will come. And when your ancestors will be there, you will come. All I want is money. It's for my business to be going fine. They say, oh, this one just wants money. He wants to use us. Ignore him. And I ignore you. Because you're only coming for something that is not even important. They are not interested in. It is not their interest. It's something they can easily give to you. But you have other priorities. Until you channel it right, what you're looking for, you will not get it. Some of us think we are not spiritual beings because we do not see visions. We do not see anything. It's because you're disconnected. How do you think years of rot, you can recover it in 1 month, 2 months, 1 year? It takes time. And the older you get, the more difficult it is to connect. We are not just human beings having spirits inside of us. We are spirit beings having a human experience. When last did you have a contact with your spirit? When? Most of us are just walking cells, zombies. We just walk, empty vessels. We just walk. Shame on us. What are you doing? How are you improving your health facilities? How are you doing that? Where are the midwives and wives? Where are they? Those ones that no matter how difficult the pregnancy is, when they hold your tummy, you push out your baby because of the power in their hands. Where are they? Kerofa. Where are the herbalists? Where are they? That we go to the water. That is an icing on the cake. The main work, you don't see it online. For those that are really doing the work. The main work, you don't get to see it online. Where are the midwives? You know a place, the opposite of the capital of Anambra State is Oka. Do you know why they call them Oka? Do you know why? Oka. Okuzo. These are people that are good in technology. These are Ndi Nkanozo. Do you know Ileja, Nonsuka? Go back there. Iron Smiths. Where are they? Karufa. Where are they? We are a disgrace. Precious gem, go to my YouTube. You will see different teachings I've done on how to connect. Go there and check. Go there and school yourself. Today, I'm talking about tradition and culture and how it brings us down and we don't evolve. You go to church. You say you are Christians. You go to church. You will be the one to go to heaven. You do this, you do that. Your Bible is being printed in China, a country that are not Christians. A country that does not go to church. That is where they print your Bible. And then you call it Holy Bible. From a country that you think is not holy. Your phones, your computers, your cars are produced in China by a country that does not go to church. A country that is bent on their spirituality. How do you think they get all this technology? Through their spirituality. Indians are busy treating cancer. Who told you we don't have people that treat cancer in Nigeria? In Africa? I do. Who told you we don't have such people? Indians are busy. If you have cancer issue, you have to go to India. They are not using Oyibo medicine. They are using herbs and roots, food, fruits. That is what they use to treat you. They take out the malignant growth and they start feeding your cells, regenerating your cells, giving you holistic healing. Or down here you reject it because we are not white. They will tell you, oh, we were those age. It's for those that are not trained. In the carpenter. You are here. I see people on Facebook, on different social media, going viral. People that did not see the four walls of Oyibo University. They are building machines, inventions. But your politicians, the rich ones cannot even help them because we are selfish. We have this pull him down mentality. Once the Oyibo man see them, they carry them and go to their country and develop their countries. How was the walls of America built? How? They took your best architects and engineers to build it. The walls of America. Yes, your ancestors built it. That's their sweat and their blood. They built it. And they tell you that they have a heaven where you can go to. But the heaven that your ancestors built, in Britain, in America, they cannot give you visa to access that country. And you still believe you have a heaven you want to go to. Why this place you have, you cannot even build it. You cannot even keep it clean. You cannot even develop it. But you want to go to heaven. That is why you destroy yourself. Destroy earth. The home that you have, the home that you can see, you cannot build. They have built their own heaven. No? They are just not giving you access. Blessed are the pure in spirit, for they shall inherit heaven. Stay here and be inheriting heaven. Why do you rot away? Stay here. Inherit heaven. The storm is coming. The storm is coming. Only churches will full Nigeria. You will see one building, they will have, I'm telling you, Erika, you will have up to 100 churches in one building. And they will be disturbing you, making a hell of a noise. Go there and build that church and make noise outside. They will lock you up. Now them give you Christianity. They will lock you up for disturbing the public with your noise. Noise pollution. You'll be disturbing us. Your child loves to draw. Your child loves drawing. But no. Artists, they don't used to have money. They don't used to have money. You will be forcing that child to study English and maths so they can be doctor and engineer for you. When they're meant to be doctors and engineer, why are you forcing a fish to be in a competition with monkeys in tree climbing? That fish is going to fail. That is why you have failures as children. You, that is their parents, why are you not a doctor? Why are you not an engineer? Dreams you did not achieve. You want your children to achieve them. Why? Allow them to be their own self. Allow them to be themselves. Allow them to be their God selves and decide what they want to do with their life. But no, you want to turn everybody in your direction. You want to be mama doctor, mama nurse, mama father, mama sister, mama all the rubbish you can think of, all the stupid dreams you have in your head that you cannot even achieve on your own. You want to use a child. What is different between you and a slave master? Because your child is not living his life. Your child is not living her life. They are just living to please you. And they die in regrets. They grow up to be bitter adults. And those things they could not be, they give birth to children and damage the children all over again. They want the children to be everything they were not. Because you didn't give them the chance to be what they are. Now the same thing you did to them, they will repeat it on their children. A vicious circle that never ends. Why don't you let your child be crude? Why don't you let your child be who he or she is? without judging them. If your child likes to draw, let them draw. If they like to fasten machines, let them do it. That is their hour at work. They are engineers. They are artists. You go to different caves in the world and you see the marks of our ancestors. You see things being drawn. You see the Egyptian civilization. You see the drawings on the walls. These are artists that did it. If they were not allowed to be themselves, will you have anything to go back to in history? Will you have any story to tell? You won't. Because those that are supposed to tell you the story were not allowed to be themselves. Those that are meant to tell you the story were not allowed to be themselves. Someone else wants them to be something else. Because that is what is in vogue. That is how we lose ourselves. We don't give a chance to our own things. I will tell you a story. We like to wear designer clothes. You buy Gucci, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, Gucci bag. You buy Versace, you buy Louis Vuitton, you buy this one, you buy that one. There was this man that came home for a wedding. He bought this designer suit in Turkey. He came home for a wedding. He bought designer suit in Turkey. This designer suit is worth over hundreds of thousands of naira. And he bought it in Turkey. Because also men on suits. He's amongst the men on suits. Is it men on suits or men in suits? I don't know. Correct my grammar. I'm not an English woman. He came back home. I don't know what they were doing, but somehow the suit tore. There are people that don't like repairs. Me, I don't like repairs. If my phone spoils, I want to buy a new one immediately. Because once you repair it, I feel like I don't feel the phone again. There are people that don't like repair. He didn't want the clothes to be repaired. He wants to buy another one. He was lamenting. And the niece, he came back for her wedding, told her, "Uncle, why don't I call someone in Aba to help you replicate this suit?" He said, "No, Aba, Guinea, I don't want Aba suits. This and that. I don't want Aba suits." The niece tried so hard to convince this man. Let me call this person. He's going to do it well. Finally, he agreed. They called the guy in Aba, showed him the suits and told him, "Can you replicate this suit? Can you replicate this suit?" The guy laughed. He laughed. I said, "Let me want suit now." He was telling them, "Let me sew the suit." You know, Aba people, they get mouth. So when he was saying that, they felt he was just telling them that he can sew it. But the guy was actually saying that this is his work. Now him sew the suit, export them. He made that suit and export it to that country. He makes the suit for that designer. The designer just attaches the label, so it will become his own. He must produce and send to this designer in Turkey. This fake designer in Turkey. And our people buy it. They told him it's a lie. He said, "Okay, permit me, let me tear it. Every suit I sew, for every suit I sew, I put my label inside and sew it together." I said, "Okay, I open." He tore it and brought out his label. All of them shocked. And he replicated the suit. It was even finer than the one he sent out because it's a masterpiece. When you hear about products, you run. Aba can be better. Aba can be best if you give them the chance. Aba can replicate anything you want and give it back to you. When Nigeria imports toothpick, what do we expect? Toothpick. Toothpick. We are finished. But we can still restore ourselves. That is why I'm speaking. That is why I'm not keeping quiet. What has your tradition and your culture done for you, if not to press you down? The Aba women riots. Where were the men when the women were doing the riots? Where were the men? For people that say that women don't come out to talk about land. Those women put our no be land they come fight for. Women don't have say in issues regarding land. But it was women that did the riot in Aba. Territory. We are talking about territories. This other great woman, is it Zaria or somewhere? We have so many great places that women led in Africa. Even somewhere in Osoka. So why are you bent on putting down your mothers? Of what use is it to you? tradition and culture. Never helps. Doesn't. What helps you is spirituality. Spirituality lets you see the truth. Navigate and explore. Have your own experience and decide. The sun is a man. The moon is a woman. They are not fighting for superiority. When it is the day, the sun comes out to rule the day. When it is night, the moon comes out to rule the night. They are not fighting. They know they fight. The sun does not tell the moon, I'm a man, you should take permission from me before you come out at night. The moon does not tell the sun, I'm a woman, you must take permission from me before you come. No! It is human beings, the quest for power, that brought about these silly traditions you have today. The twisted tradition from twisted mindset. And I seal it in blood to make you believe that nature sanctioned it. But in reality, nature did not sanction. Who will break the cycle? It is you and I. And if you cannot change something, the change we need begins with you. It begins with me. If you cannot change anything, if you cannot do that, shame on you. If I cannot do that, shame on me. It's okay to make mistakes. It's very okay to make mistakes. But it's also okay when you realize your mistake, you go for a change. I'll stop here. So next time I come to talk my nonsense, I know how to talk nonsense because I don't have sense. In a world where everybody thinks being sane is insane. In a world where everybody sees you as being different. As I tell you, I'm not here to be liked. So many people hate me like this, and it's okay. If they don't hate me, I'll feel like I'm not doing enough. But I've done enough to end that hatred, and I will do more. I'll continue speaking. My voice cannot be put out. My voice cannot be drowned. Until the day I breathe my last, I'll continue speaking. That is my job. To wake you up, to remind you of who you are, alkebulans, to remind you of who you are. That is my job. To lead you and point you in the right direction. That is my job. So till next time,